Vincent Smith was a role model who always emphasized that academic excellence and hard work were the most effective paths to success. Born in Jamaica, Vincent immigrated to Canada in 1965 after graduating from the University of the West Indies. He later obtained his teaching education from the University of Toronto and his Master of Education degree from Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. After briefly teaching in Hamilton and Dresden, Ontario, Vincent and his wife Claudette moved to Kitchener in 1970, where he began his 26-year career with the Waterloo Region District School Board. Vincent was an English teacher at Cameron Heights Collegiate Institute and then at Eastwood Collegiate Institute. He was heavily involved in extracurricular activities at these schools, including sponsoring multicultural and debating clubs. A passionate debating coach, Vincent prepared many debating teams for regional and national competitions throughout the years.
In his memoirs, he states that there can be no better place to engage the mind in learning than the classroom. There can be no greater challenge than the triangulation of the interaction between teacher, student, and curriculum. Challenging young people to become the best version of themselves, developing thinking skills, conversations in the classroom, and really challenging and developing opinions. I think that's what my dad really enjoyed. He loved the opportunity to take and shape the next generation of thinkers.
In Waterloo Region, Vincent's influence and inspiration reached beyond his classroom teaching. He was an ordained lay minister and conducted many weddings, funerals, baby dedications, and fulfilled speaking engagements. In addition, he did pre-marital and personal counselling. While tutoring students, Vincent also helped many immigrant parents in their understanding of the Canadian education system. Many in the Caribbean community referred to him as Pastor Smith.
I believe that when someone enters the ministry, it has to be a calling. I can say, probably via hindsight, that my dad lived out this calling, and his congregation, if you will, was his community, his students, his family. He always told us to do everything, not for personal fame or accolades, but to the glory of God. And I also believe that this calling provided him with many doors and environments that would not have been available to just a teacher. I think, once again, this was his calling, and it was an opportunity to faithfully serve others and use his God-given gifts.
Vincent was instrumental in launching 2 investment clubs for members of the local Caribbean community, which helped to increase the members' financial knowledge and well-being. He established the Afric-Caribbean Book Club that meets 4 times annually to read, study, and discuss West Indian, Canadian, American, First Nations, and European authors.
I think about a Bible verse, and I think it sets the stage here. 1 Peter 4, verse 10 says, "Each of you should use whatever gifts that you have received to serve others, as faithful stewards of God's grace." I think, and I really believe, that my dad lived this out and used his God-given gifts of counseling, organizing, challenging people in different areas of the community to be the best versions of themselves. Because if you make everyone better, it makes society better. I think he was just faithfully stewarding the gifts that he had been given.
He supported the Caribbean Canadian Association of Waterloo Region, the Congress of Black Women, the African Caribbean Black Network, Black History Month events, and the annual Link Picnic Festival. The Caribbean Canadian Association of Waterloo Region now presents the annual Vincent Smith Memorial Scholarship to a college or university student.
He was all about family. He would be so proud of my sister and I. I'm a school principal. In the fall, my sister will be a school principal. Congratulations, Cecile. I think he would also be very proud of the character of our family and the promise that we see in the many grandkids. Again, the Bible says, "Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it." I think if you look at how my dad lived his life and the things that were most important to him, one could say that there are pieces of him in this next generation. So his example in and of itself is a great achievement.
As a community historian, Vincent donated the entirety of his archives to the Counselling Waterloo Region Museum in 2013. The collection contains the major news, events, experiences, decisions, and cultural activities of the local Caribbean community spanning more than 4 decades and is one of the main resources for Caribbean history in the region. Congratulations, Vincent Smith.
It is my distinct pleasure to accept this singular award on behalf of my dear husband, Vincent Smith, as he's being inducted into the Waterloo Region Museum Hall of Fame on this day, April 25th, 2021, exactly 2 years, 2 months, and 3 days after his death. My family and I are greatly humbled by such an unexpected honor. Vince had no thought of receiving accolades or awards for what he did. He was simply living his life. Very early in our marriage, I realized that Vince had a God-given gift of what I call people ministry. Our kids, Cecile and Jerry, later recognized this gift as well. Even extended family knew Vincent was specially gifted in this area. We saw him loving people. We saw him valuing people. We saw him enjoying people, forging relationships, networking, being with people, whether they be friends, family, or just strangers. This is what energized and excited Vincent. He was merely living his life, serving people. Yes, indeed, he was a community builder. Today, this prestigious honor is being conferred posthumously. However, I dare say Vincent received and smelled his flowers while he was alive. His reward was just seeing young people succeed and developing a healthy self-esteem, developing self-confidence. His reward was to see young people dream and to see their dreams fulfilled. Vincent always said, "You must know who you are." His reward was to see people live their lives to their fullest potential. My prayer is that Vincent's legacy will live on in this community and beyond. Lanoy Carol Woolery from the Caribbean community puts it this way: his legacy lives on in the lives of the people he touched. And to that I say yes, so let it be. Finally, on behalf of my family, I thank the Hall of Fame committee for choosing to induct Vincent into the Waterloo Region Museum Hall of Fame. Thank you for all that you do behind the scenes. Thanks also to Lanoy Carol Woolery from the Caribbean Canadian Association of Waterloo Region for coordinating the nomination process. And to those who submitted supportive documents on Vincent's behalf. Your efforts made this occasion possible. Thank you all, and God bless you.